What is up, everybody? Solomon here. Super excited to be at Consensus 2024. Equally excited to be back at the Hedera booth again, and we've got some legends with us out of Swirlds Labs. We've got Michael and Cate. Michael and Cate notably dealing in a lot of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance initiatives. I'm going to start with Michael. Michael, if you could just give us maybe a brief overview of what DeRec is and what it's going to mean for the industry in Web3.
Yeah. So DeRec is a standard that was developed by Dr. Lehman Baird to essentially use Shamir secret sharing to take a secret or a list of secrets, split them up into shares, and then distribute those shares to helpers so they can help to give you your secrets back in the event that you lose your device or something like that.
So certainly, the user experience aspect and the onboarding aspect of crypto and Web3 is always a big pain point. Cate, I would love from your standpoint, because I know that you deal with a lot of kind of the onboarding of some of these different ecosystems. How cool has it been to see, Ripple and Casper and Constellation and all these XRPL labs starting to come into the ecosystem? Would love your thoughts.
Extremely exciting. And also we're announcing even more members in June, which I'm thrilled about. And it's just been a great time to be a part of it, right? In terms of the goals of the Alliance, in order for this to be successful, we truly need to be cross-chain and interoperable. And that only works when players from across the industry come together. So to actually see that happening in action and start to gain some real momentum, I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Now, do you think that something like an open standard like decentralized like what you guys are working on with DeRec, you're starting to kind of have these conversations with these other ecosystems, or at least the door cracks open a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's opportunities for kind of future collaboration, growing the pie as an industry together?
100%. And also, I don't feel like you see many situations where we are collaborating across change and across industry. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity there, kind of starting with different wallet implementations and being able to have DeRec the helpers across the different chains. Yeah.
100%. Michael, I would love your stance, because we were here last year together and we've seen quite the evolution of what's been going on in the Hedera ecosystem. What's been kind of the most exciting thing from your stance, from the Swirlds purview?
I'm excited about how this alliance is coming together and it's forming new business relationships, cultivating this whole idea of having a distributed way of recovering passwords, just to make it stupid easy for anyone to, you won't have to remember a passphrase anymore. Your device will just be pinging your helpers constantly day to day. It'll have this automatic recalculation and redistribution of shares. If your helper were to go offline, like if you onboarded with your mother as a helper and she went offline for whatever reason, then your device would recalculate those shares and distribute them to the remainder without any user intervention. It just makes it totally easy. Grandma can use it. That's what I'm super excited about. And hopefully with these new business relationships coming together to develop this standard, we'll start seeing them in devices like, your everyday devices like Apple, Android, stuff like that. Not to name drop.
Don't drop any alpha on us now, Michael.
It's not alpha. It's just the vision,
Yeah, 100%. And I think, the user experience has been one of the pain points in this space. Cate, I'm curious from your standpoint. I mean, even when you look at outside of retail is obviously the mass adoption play in crypto, making that experience much easier. But when you look at enterprises and businesses and how they can leverage DeRec in a way that, you don't have this just one entity within, this big conglomerate financial institution that has to have custody of the key, and if they lose it, what happens? What does it mean for business and enterprise?
I mean, when I think about it, I try to kind of think of myself as the main case, right? I live in a place where I don't have a lot of contacts here. I don't necessarily have a lot of helpers. I want to be able to go to my local grocery store, my post office, some type of my gas station, everyday uses to be able to kind of recover my shares. And I would love to see the adoption beyond this initial target that we're thinking of in terms of wallets and financial institutions, but really expand it beyond that traditional initial use case into much broader retail applications. Again, so it's easy for people who may not have high crypto, high blockchain literacy.
100%. And I mean, I know I asked Michael, but I'd love to ask you as well what you're most excited about moving forward within the Hedera ecosystem, and in particular from the Swirlds purview?
Yeah. So, I mean, in relation to the DeRec Alliance specifically, again, I'm super excited about our announcements coming up in June. That's going to be great. And in addition to that, we are going to be having our first member meeting in June, I think, to really kind of kick things off, bring people together. And again, I think that we need as much well-rounded expertise from many different players. So to be able to bring those voices together into one room, it's going to be huge.
Well, again, ladies and gents, Michael and Cate from Swirlds Labs, these guys are doing fantastic work within the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. What started with Dr. Lehman Baird's vision for just an easier way for password and key recovery for people, places, things, all the things that tie into identity, has led into Algorand joining as a founding member, Casper, Constellation, Ripple, XRPL Labs, more in June. These guys are great, and looking forward to all the future initiatives. Thank you guys so
Sam,
much.
thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yeah.